I can honestly say that was, I think, the best dive I've ever done in my entire life. YouTube. Tommy JB here, back with another episode. If you're new to the channel, thanks for checking me out. Cruising España. You know, just driving around in some other country. My channel is about the outdoors, scuba diving, fishing, backpacking, that kind of stuff. I don't want this to come across like a travel vlog, so I'm going to try to avoid that. I'm going to be diving in 2 different locations on this trip. Pretty excited. I've been to Europe once, but it was way up north. It was Finland. That's like where my family's from. So it was kind of a heritage trip with my mom and my dad. I've already been here for, what day is it? A week. The trip began flying out of San Francisco International, and of course, right out of the gate, our flight was delayed. Our flight only got delayed, taken off by about an hour. Apparently, that was enough time for us to miss our connecting flight to Lisbon, Portugal. Although I will say, British Airways, I was happy with their customer service throughout the whole thing, but we went through a lot. It was a bit of a fiasco. We rented our car in Lisbon. Holy crap. People driving crazy. The streets are super hilly.
Thank God we got the smaller car.
Oh, right? Oh, if we had the big van.
Even just driving through the streets, man, like I'm in this tiny little car and you can barely fit.
2 middle thumbs. You guys have
2 middle thumbs.
Oh my God, we're gonna die.
The parking is 0. If you're lucky, you find a spot that's about 6 inches longer than your car and on a 43% incline hill.
I told you,
No,
always
there
looks
is.
out like it's supposed to, right?
I was just talking to Will about that.
I don't think anything about this trip so far is what it was supposed to.
And I'm driving stick shift, which I can drive a stick shift, but I haven't done it in a great many years. But it was cool, very pretty. It was a nice welcome to European architecture and atmosphere. We had a nice dinner, tried to find a restaurant that looked pretty authentic.
Sounds like you guys have quite a little community in Florida.
Our original plan was to stay in Lisbon for 2 nights and then spend 1 whole day really exploring around the area. Unfortunately, because we got there a day late, we only had 1 night to spend there. On our way to Sevilla, though, we stopped in a little coastal town in Portugal called Faro. Was off to Spain. First stop was Sevilla, and let me tell you, so far that has been my absolute favorite place. Sevilla is dope. I mean, you can just get so lost in these little back neighborhoods, and it's so pretty. God, it's just so different. It's just so different than anything you ever get back in the United States, and I just loved every step of it. And in the 2 days that we were there, the 3 main tourist attractions that we checked out were the Royal Palace. The Royal Palace was beautiful. Heck, I don't remember, the oldest thing that we saw was like maybe 1100s, you know? The second main attraction that we saw was the cathedral itself. It was literally right next door to where we were staying. If you ask my daughter, this was by far her favorite thing because we got to see Christopher Columbus's tomb. I gotta say, it's pretty jaw-dropping to be standing there looking at Christopher Columbus's tomb. I mean, it was pretty rad. Talk about a pretty famous person. Look at this, Will. Will, look at the camera. Smile. And of course, the last thing that we did that's kind of touristy, you have to. Supposedly, Sevilla is the birthplace of flamenco, and so we went to a show. We went to La Casa de Flamenco, which, you know, I watched some YouTube videos. It's supposed to be a pretty authentic experience, and I felt like it was. I know there's some that are just tourist traps, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really nice show. So all in all, Sevilla, 5 stars from Tommy JB. If you ever go to Spain, do yourself a favor and go to Sevilla. Everyone in my family agrees on that for sure. After 3 days in Sevilla, we got on the road again, and we had the longest haul of the trip, which is about a 5.5-hour drive up to Madrid. Madrid is a huge city, something like 3.2 million people. Once again, my wife did a fantastic job of finding us a place in an awesome location. The vast majority of the things that you really have to see in Madrid are all in the Centro area, and we were just outside it, so good location.
You want to try this?
We did a ton of walking in Madrid. It was very tiring, but the architecture, every single block was just another Plaza de something, and just beautiful architecture. Their parks, oh my God, the Parque de Retiro, I'll edit it in there. I don't know, my Spanish is terrible. Madrid, bottom line is, I may have liked Sevilla a little bit better, and I think everyone in my family agrees on that, but Madrid was really cool, man. After 3 nights in Madrid, we hopped in the car again, and we had about a 3.5 to 4 hour jaunt. Talk about complete change of scenery. Culera is a little beach town that is just south of Valencia. We were all city, and now we're like really resorty beach town. It's beautiful. We got the Mediterranean Sea right outside our hotel. Once again, props to my wife for finding us a dope spot. We got in yesterday. I just woke up this morning after spending our first night there, and now here I am by myself for the first time on this trip because I'm gonna go blow some bubbles. I'm heading scuba diving. I got a little arrangement with an outfit, Bcn Diving, just south of where we're staying, and I don't really know what today's got in store for me, but it's definitely gonna be an adventure. idea what anyone is saying on this boat. I feel like such a foreigner right now, but it's still pretty fun. So my family, we up and moved from Cullera. We drove up to Barcelona yesterday. We stopped in Valencia along the way, and we spent half a day there. We went to this center they have with all these museums. They have like a science museum, which my daughter loved. They have an awesome aquarium there. It was really, really cool. So I'm off for a day of diving again today. And I'm pretty excited. I think it's gonna be better than my last diving adventure. My last one was a little bit of a bust. Don't get me wrong, it was still fun. Visibility wasn't fantastic and there was a lot of surge. Compared to back home in California, I'm used to that anyways, so they were saying it was bad. I didn't think it was bad, but you know, compared to what they usually get, I guess they were calling it bad. A bad day of diving is better than a good day not diving. So I hooked up with an organization called Bcn Diving out of Barcelona. Guido is my guide so far. I think he seems like a really cool guy. I like him. He's an Italian dude. And he took us up to this little town, Medas Islands, I think is what they call it. Islas Medas, I think, something like that. I'll put it in there. I'll edit it into the video and make sure that I have it correct. But we're in this cool little town here where we're going to hop on the boat and we're going to do 2 dives here. It's supposed to be like the crown jewel of diving in the area. So I'm super excited. Hopefully the diving's going to be a lot better than it was a couple of days ago down further south. So yeah, we're heading out on a boat, 2 dives. It's going to be a great day. Dive 1 in the books. That dive was way better than my dives 2 days ago. I'm stoked right now. I was a little overweighted, I think. It's hard to get the pounds to kilos thing down because this is my first time diving in Europe. Not to mention back home in California, I'm diving usually 7mm wetsuit. I'm diving 28 pounds. I dove 6 kilos in a 5mm wetsuit today, and I think it's pretty good, but it was a little overweighted, so I'm gonna try 4 kilos on my next dive. But dude, it was epic. I loved it. It was so fun. The visibility was great. A lot more wildlife on this dive. Got to see some little lobsters, got to see 2 eels. Yeah, I'm pretty excited right now, man. That's diving right there. Blowing bubbles, bloop, 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 bloop. Look at this scenery too, it's so nice, yeah. Love it. Got about an hour-and-a-half break. I'm gonna go get some lunch. Guido, my guide. Guido's hecka tight. I like this guy, man. He's really, really nice. Any of you guys watching my videos, I can definitely recommend Bcn Diving, Guido. I like the guy. He's really cool. So I'm about to head out for my second dive. I've got about 10-15 minutes till I gotta go join the boat, but I just thought I'd show you. So right back here, these are the islands that we're diving. It's dope. It's like steep cliff that goes down and then it just continues down into the ocean, so you're kind of like diving along this real steep wall. Our next one's gonna be a lot deeper. It's gonna be super sick. That's where we're headed. We're gonna head back out there for a second dive. Hard to say what dive is the absolute best, but that's got to be up there. I cannot think of a dive I've done that had more fish in one place. That was amazing. Just like that, we're down to our last 2 days of the trip. Pretty exhausted. Today we're gonna just make it a real chill day at the beach. Tomorrow we're gonna take the train. It's our last day of the trip and we're gonna go explore downtown Barcelona. Well, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you dig what I do.